What's up, people? Welcome back to Invest with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for perspective. So to kick off 2024, I shared with you that I became a Nike shareholder and introduced you to RTFKT, Nike's fourth brand alongside Converse and Jordan brand. But unlike those two, they leverage crypto and blockchain technology as a competitive advantage. You can find that video here if you missed it. Now, RTFKT as a brand is future focused with a mission to create a bridge between the physical and digital world. To that end, they use the latest in-game engine to create unique experiences with digital fashion, sneakers, and digital products. These Air Force Ones right here are an example of just that. Look at these materials, look at the details. We have the RTFKT blade right here, the swoosh on the other side, CloneX on the back, and the lenticular upper, and you can see the reflection of the light on it. It's pretty cool. I mean, just eye-popping. I love it. There's only 380 of them made in the world total, and absolutely one of the most limited shoes ever produced under the Nike umbrella. Now, RTFKT has a vast ecosystem, and so the goal of today's video is to walk you through the core collection at the center of it all, the CloneX avatars. I'll cover the various types of avatars that exist within the collection, then talk you through the existing benefits currently known, as well as future benefits that come with owning a clone, and give you my take at the end on the value proposition these clones represent. This video is the first of many geared at providing a more focused overview of each portion of the RTFKT ecosystem, and is something that many of you actually have been asking for. So make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. And I should say that this represents my views and understanding of the ecosystem as it stands today. So with that, let's get into it. So what are the RTFKT clones? They are a collection of 20,000 3D avatars designed and intended to be turnkey and ready for the metaverse from the start. To date, 19,528 have been revealed. The remaining clones are still inside DNA vials. So if you're someone who values experiencing what it's like to reveal a never-before-seen clone, you can still do that. A few things to note: if you decide to go that route, you'll get a random clone, right? So it could be rare or it could be super common. Also, you'll only be able to claim an Animus egg for free until March 1st. You will lose the free claim benefit after that date, so time is running out. Now, about the type of clones that exist, there are 8 different DNA-based types. You can think of these DNA types as factions or the race of your clone. Each DNA comes with varying supply, which plays into its rarity and value. Starting with human, which is the most common at 50% of the supply or 10,000 clones, followed by robots representing 30% of the supply with 6,000 clones. Demons are next, representing 8.7% of the supply or 1,740 clones. Angels representing the same supply of 8.7% for 1,740 clones. Now, those 4 DNAs combined make up the majority of the supply. Now, getting into the more rare stuff, we have reptiles. These shoes are derived from the reptile DNA, and that's what this little detail right here is. And those come in at 1.25% of the supply for only 250 clones. Next, we have undead at 0.6% of the supply with only 120 clones. Followed by that, we have the Murakami DNA at 0.5% of the supply with 100 clones. And the most elusive of all, the most rare, is the alien DNA with only 0.15% of the supply for 30 clones only. It's worth noting that alien clones are the only DNA types that has been fully revealed to date. So if you want one of those, your only option is to buy it off of somebody else, and they do not come cheap. It's also important to note that the base DNA is the one thing that cannot and will not be altered on the blockchain in the future. It's therefore one of the most important aspects when selecting your clone. Also worth noting, with the exception of aliens, each DNA type has one or more subtypes. These subtypes can sometimes be even more rare than the alien DNA. And so to give you an example of a subtype, the undead DNA has the Titan subtype. For those of you who are into anime, you already picked up on the fact that this is a direct nod at Attack on Titan. One of the cool things about this entire collection, from the DNA subtype to the various traits, they are often inspired by anime. So for example, from Dragon Ball Z, we have the Saiyan Scouter and Potara earrings. From Yu-Gi-Oh, we have the unmistakable Yu-Gi-Oh hair. I could go on, but the point is, if you love anime, like I do, there are a lot of different traits that will resonate with you. No two clones are identical. The variety of unique traits, especially with human DNA, has produced some very unique clones that oftentimes command a higher premium because of their collectability. These helmet clones that I've been showing here on the screen fall in that category. There are also hidden traits that you can't search for on the OpenSea marketplace, like eyebrow shape or certain eye colors, to name a couple. The point is, there are multiple variables to consider when selecting a clone, and a lot has to do with why you're buying a clone in the first place. But now you at least know the basics of what's available in the collection. This is a good segue into the benefits that come with owning a clone and their value proposition. Now, when buying a clone, you're getting more, and I mean a lot more than just a picture on the blockchain that you can buy or sell, sometimes for a profit, right? And not to downplay that portion of it, but there's a lot more to it. There are two main categories of benefits to talk through. Remember that Artifact is all about blending digital and the physical world. On the digital side, every clone gives its owner access to 3D files that you can download ready to use in 3D softwares like Blender and Maya, or in game engines like Unreal 5. These 3D files can also be used to create filters in apps like Snapchat and Instagram, allowing you to show up as your clone. They also allow you to create VRM files that can be used in game like Nifty Island, or if you're savvy enough, Grand Theft Auto modified servers. And I will say that for content creators and gamers looking to represent themselves digitally, this is arguably the number one benefit, okay? Now, another benefit is support for creators with software plugins that make it much easier to start your animation journey or cut down on your workflow time. Clone Tools, Clone Converter, and just this week, Drip Tools are all examples of that. And they're also available to download for free on the Artifact Creator website. Another benefit of owning a clone is you are eligible for free claims or to receive free airdrops. In simple terms, these are gifts from the Artifact team to clone holders. The pod ecosystem and Monolith were airdrops. The Animus Egg is a free claim. The benefit here, beyond receiving a gift that has future utility and access, is that you can sell these for pure profit, which is pretty cool. And the last thing to note here is that your clone comes with commercial rights. There are some stipulations to account for here, but generally speaking, that is the case. Only Murakami DNA clones and the Murakami Drip subtype do not qualify, since these have signature art by Takashi Murakami himself. Questions regarding the commercial rights can be directed at the Artifact team if you're looking to take advantage of this perk. Now, on the physical side, your clone grants you, sometimes for free, token-gated access to real-life events sponsored by Artifact or that Artifact is participating in. For example, we had ComplexCon and SneakerCon last year, which are big sneaker and street fashion events. Also, museum exhibitions by Takashi Murakami are some that people were able to attend, or social events held during Art Basel in Miami. Last, but certainly not least, is access to token-gated physical collectible, apparels, and accessory produced by Artifact and its collaborators, essentially enabling you to give your digital collectible physical form. This usually comes at a cost. Of course, they're not going to give you shoes like these for free. The one thing to note here, going full circle, is that all DNA types and the Murakami Drip DNA subtype all have played a key role in the past in access level for physical items. So again, I would place some consideration into the DNA type you select if you decide to buy a clone, as it could impact the exclusivity level of physical items you're able to access, purchase, and or resell. For example, when the Season 1 clothing line that I'm wearing right now and the Air Force One shoe collection dropped, Artifact created 10 collection line directly inspired by the DNA types and Murakami Drip subtype. The main benefit here is that you could purchase the associated items at retail pricing for each clone DNA type that you owned versus having to pay retail pricing, which quickly got out of hand for the more limited items. Now, as far as future benefits, there are three main ones that were announced and have either not yet been implemented or have seen only minimal traction to date. The first one is AI integration. Utilizing Nvidia tech, the clones are expected to become fully AI powered over time, which will be a game changer, just not for content creators, but also for business-minded individuals. Clones could serve as your personal assistant, and so I'll link a video here with more details for those of you who are interested. The next one is hibernation. Details on what this will do and the benefit it will provide are still a mystery. It is speculated that this is some kind of reward mechanism. The good news here is that we should find out sometime this month with the launch of Project Animus. And then we have the CAA partnership. Now, CAA is a world-class talent agency that operates across film, television, music, sport, digital media, marketing, and much more. RTFKT has cultivated a community full of creative talents, right? And so this CAA connection could serve as a springboard to launch or accelerate people's careers, or at the very least, provide some incredible opportunities that can be monetized. To date, RTFKT has been pretty light on this, which is why I have it listed as a future utility. That said, I would be remiss if I did not mention the most recent example showcasing the power of this partnership, and that is with the My Cause, My Cleat opportunity. This allowed artists within the RTFKT ecosystem to submit their design to NFL players. 2 artist designs were selected by 2 NFL players. The custom paint work for those cleats to add the selected design was also completed by a sneaker customizer within the RTFKT ecosystem. Shout out Rupsy Banks. The really cool part here is that those cleats were worn in-game in front of millions of fans. Massive opportunity and exposure for those 3 creators. So a pretty long list of benefits that I just went through. And as I said earlier, owning a clone gives you way more than just a JPEG on the blockchain. This is where, to me, RTFKT shines and offers a higher value proposition than many other NFT collections or Web3 brand. The physical goods that you receive access to through your clone are some of the most exclusive and innovative product Nike has to offer. The collectability, as well as the monetary value that can be derived from these items alone, are worth the price of entry, in my opinion. Being an RTFKT provides a glimpse into what the future of retail with blockchain-based authentication can be with augmented and or mixed reality to enhance the experience. And ultimately, being part of this ecosystem allows you to tap into a pool of talent both from RTFKT and within the community that can help elevate any initiative, brand, or business you're building. The connections made and the value that's derived from this network of people is incredible if you're willing to put in the work and the time. And so the bottom line for me is this. I do believe that we're moving towards a future where mixed reality and the concept of the metaverse with blockchain interoperability is a thing, right? So when I see Meta, Microsoft introducing avatars that can now be used in a professional setting, it reinforces the idea that our digital identity will continue to become progressively more and more important. How we choose to represent ourselves in professional settings, on social media, and within the gaming world will also evolve. And so the last thing I will say is this. RTFKT and Nike, through these CloneX avatars, is one of the very few brands I see building not only with that future in mind, but is also laser focused on giving community members like me building blocks that are metaverse ready when eventually this becomes the norm. But on that note, that is it for me today. Hopefully this helped put things into perspective. If you found value in my content, click the like button and share with others who you think could also benefit from it. For my newcomers, subscribe, it's free, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you too can stay in the know. I'll be back on Sunday for my weekly video. Till then, you can keep up with me here on Twitter for crypto and NFT related news. Thank you for watching, stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.